We're about 20 miles from the Gulf of Mexico at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa, as we bring you the NFL on EA Sports. The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from Tampa. Now it's Bucky Irving to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion.
Regular.
Right to the air. It's Mayfield. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Alert! Good. Kings. Hey, alert 33. Kings.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. He finds Mr. Reliable, Mike Evans. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Here comes Otten in motion.
What's that?
Now a run with the rookie out of Oregon. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Cameron Hayward, the former All-Pro, in on the tackle.
Hey, alert! Regular. Hurry! Hey, alert! What's that?
On 2nd down, Baker. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Run. What?
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Here we go.
First carry for one of the most versatile players in the league, Cordero Patterson. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Here we go. Hey, Jared. Go.
On 1st and 10, Fields. Open man downfield is Freiermuth. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for that. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Here we go, Scott. Scott.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He'll get that one to Patterson, complete. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Go. Right.
Fields now to throw on 1st down. That is caught at the 3. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. He's out of bounds at the 2. It's a 1st down and a gain of 13. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Harris. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chris Boswell on for the point after. The kick is good. And the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return is Sean Tucker. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
Good.
Baker gonna give it to Irving. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Run.
To throw is Mayfield. And the reception for Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Now a 3rd and 2.
Real. Good. Pistol. What's that?
Now Mayfield. That one complete. It's the tight end, Otten. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
What's that?
Throwing is Baker. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
Alert. Good. What's that?
Here Here's Mayfield. Godwin working the right side. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Gun.
From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Good.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. He was trying to fit that one in to Mike Evans. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Real. Good. Up, Johnson. What's that?
Back to the air, it's Mayfield. That pass complete to the veteran, Sterling Shepard. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their 2nd. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. They've converted twice on third down on this drive. Now facing 3rd and 3. That is caught. He got Godwin. How about 4 catches on this drive alone? Time to change the defense. This one gets him another first down.
Point it right. Good. Regular. Hurry.
Now Mayfield. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. 19 yards on the gain, and that's good for a first down. A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal.
What's up?
Mayfield to throw. Crushed. It's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Good. Hey, alert 33. Hey, alert 33. Hurry.
Here comes Otten in motion.
What's that?
A 2nd down throw from Mayfield. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. And now 3rd and goal coming up.
Good. Kings. Pistol. Alert. What's that?
Mayfield. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
They'll go. Mayfield to the goal line and in. Touchdown Buccaneers.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. Oh, he missed the extra point. It's no good, and they can't even this one up. They will remain down by 1. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Here we go, Slide.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. First down. Fields. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. We'll try again. It's second and 10.
Here we go, Slide. You got a mini base. Widen up.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Fields now on second down. Oh, he's going to find his running back downfield. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
On the ground, here comes Patterson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Finding room at midfield. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone. Inside the 20. That is a big-time play for the Steelers. 45 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
To throw is Fields. A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 for second and goal.
Here we go. You got a mini base. Widen up. All right.
On the carry, it's Patterson. And he will get into the end zone. Cordero Patterson. Touchdown, Steelers. Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Steelers will take a 14-6 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, here comes Tucker. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On play action, Mayfield. Get this complete right side to Otten. Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a 1st down. They send Godwin in motion. On the handoff, it's Irving. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Mayfield. This one caught left side by Evans. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of play. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
Pistol. Regular. Watch out.
On 1st down is Mayfield. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Point it right. Up.
Throwing is Mayfield. Taking off. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. It's complete to Evans. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to, what they call, punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll come up for 2nd and 9.
Hey, alert 33.
Here comes Otten in motion.
What's that?
They'll drop to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's in. Bucky Irving. Touchdown, Tampa.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're still one stop away from being the hero. They got to dial in, get their best defense called, and somehow find a way to keep them out of the end zone.
What's that?
Throwing is Baker. He's got a man. That's caught. Give them the 2, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's first down.
Here we go. Good. Hey, Ken. Right.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields, and the rush gets there. Down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
They'll set up the screen to Patterson. The offense having a tough time with this noise. It's 3rd and 6.
Hey, Ken. Up. Hey, Ken. Right.
Off the play action, here's Fields. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up 4th down.
4th down, Fields. That's going to be caught. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Here's 1st and 10.
Hurry.
They send Evans in motion.
Hey, alert. Watch.
They'll run here. And he will work his way down inside the 30, a pickup of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Set. Alert. Watch.
Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, and maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
And in this situation, Mike, with time running down, an incompletion here is not the worst thing in the world. Remember, you're already well within scoring range. Now you're just trying to get as close as possible. You can't take a sack, and of course you can't turn it over. So if it's not there, just throw it away.
Run.
Here's Mayfield. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll stick to the ground. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. So we get to a pressure kick, and here's Chase McLaughlin. This to win the game. This kick is good. So a win here for the Buccaneers. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's Mayfield. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Odafe Owe. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
In motion goes the tight end. Mayfield now. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The sack there by Roquan Smith. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Lamar changing the play.
You change it. Hey, hey. Cut.
Now it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mike Andrews, the tight end. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Hey, report.
Jackson from the shotgun. This will go to Henry out wide. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. In motion, Aguilar. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. He's into the secondary, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Nelson Aguilar from 8 yards out. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 right at the 30. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Mayfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And down to the 29-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Mayfield looks to throw. Flushed out right. He completes it to Evans. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll try and run here with Irving. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs have cut it back within a score. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To throw is Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. Look at the big fella go. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 58 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time it was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Flush to his right. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. From the gun, Mayfield. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. To throw, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And out of bounds right around the 20. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They'll send the tight end in motion. Mayfield to throw it. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So it was fourth down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Aguilar in motion left. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Here's Jackson to throw. That's going deep for Bateman. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Rashad Bateman, 44 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. In motion, the tight end. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Hey, avoid 33. Hey, along the line. King.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. David Ojabo running in to take him down.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught by Evans. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. We're in Baltimore. 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores. And
at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That is caught. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now Lamar changing the look. To throw again is Jackson. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Now they'll audible to something else. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Logan Hall fighting through and dropping him for the sack. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. How about this? They'll change it at the line. Fourth down, here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. This is 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 30. Hurry. Regular. That's it.
Now Mayfield. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Hey, alert 30.
Mayfield looks to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Boy, this crowd is on pins and needles now because anytime you see the ball heading for the end zone, you really hold your breath, and they come out of their seats. That one falls incomplete.
From the 17, they work on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. This is Shepard on the catch. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Andrews. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Tucker now to add the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now a 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Real, real, real.
One last shot for Mayfield here. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.